Hello, everyone out there. My name is Tinu Otunuga. Let me just start by saying that when a man turns out to be a carefree man who doesn't show enough respect for women, who is a playboy, I feel that if you listen to such a man's story, you would realize that such man might have had his heart broken so many years ago. He would have fallen in love with the wrong person who took him for granted. I am not trying to justify such a man's behavior, but it's just like someone who bullies or who intimidates. You will find out that the person might have been a victim as well. You cannot justify that behavior either. But that would have happened. It's just like a woman who says she will never get married again, or a woman who says the next man that she sees, or the next man that comes to her life, that comes into her life, will never be respected. That woman too might have been a victim of a man's deception. You cannot justify that either. Now, it is wrong when a woman lies to a man. It is wrong when a man lies to a woman. But that happens. It even happens in an active marriage. It happens. I don't think a responsible man will decide to switch off his attention or switch off respect for a woman just because he saw her nudity, or just because they both went inside the playroom and they played together. If you get my point, they became personal. Just like it's wrong for a woman to disrespect a man or ignore a man's attention after she's seen the man's nudity. It works both ways. A man and a woman should respect each other. If the relationship doesn't work out, that's a different story, a different ball game. When a woman decides to switch off from a man after they've both been to the playroom, I think there's a reason. Just like there will be a reason for a man not to speak to the woman again. But in most cases, it's boiled down to so many men these days who feel they've got access to different types of women. So they've demonized it. And it's wrong for men to disrespect women after seeing their nudity. It is wrong. What you're doing is killing the woman's happiness. And what goes around comes around. that woman you've left heartbroken might one day meet one of your family members. She might use him as a scapegoat. Or what you're doing is you're adding more baggage onto the woman's head, depressing her soul. A woman you've promised heaven and earth, you will later disappoint her. A woman you collect money from, a woman that takes care of you, a woman that understood you when no one was there. You now turn your back on her. It is wrong. Or men who move in with women, lying to her that they've got no one. Once they've got what they want, they will turn their backs on her, on those ladies. I remembered one time when I visited some clients in mental home. So many women there were Africans and black women in mental home. Most of them were victims of men who maltreated them. Some men abused them. Some men slept with their daughters. Some slept with their friends. Some took all their money. Some men stole their happiness. The way we handle situations are not the same. Some women can take pain. The ones who take pain, it doesn't mean they don't cry. It just means that we're not all as strong as each other. We grieve differently, in different ways, different patterns. Just like it's wrong for women who allow men to pay for their school fees, to bring them up to a better stage in life, and then when they become better in life, they turn their backs on these men. What you're doing is leaving these men in the society to become venomous. Because what happens is that the next woman who falls into their trap might be your relative or someone close to you. Or even if the man doesn't even go for someone that you might know, what you've done is added more baggage on that man. It is wrong for men to maltreat women, and it is wrong for women to maltreat men. When a couple, a man and a woman, agree on certain things in life or certain things together, and they decide to work jointly, whenever the relationship doesn't go well, there's no need to just hate each other or to start showing your friends private videos, personal audio messages, personal photos. It is wrong. Or to start tarnishing each other's image. We all have made a lot of mistakes in the past. And that's why we're able to advise the ones who are coming up, to let you understand that these mistakes are grave mistakes that can befall anyone in the future. Not just an advice for people, for the young ones coming up, but also for people around us, people who are in that situation. If you're not happy with a man, or the man is not happy with a woman, just a voice out. A voice out. Don't live with a man or woman because of the money you collect, or because of the gain, or because you need a warm bed to sleep or because you need some food in your tummy. No, there is always a repercussion. If you're not ready to marry a woman, don't lie to her. After you enjoyed the woman, you kick her out of your life. There's always a repercussion that can fall on your head. If you're not ready for a man's serious relationship, don't go into it. You can be friends. If you're not meant to be together, leave each other. The man move away, the woman move away. C'est la vie. That is life. If you're not happy, move away. Some men will never feel comfortable with a good woman they have until they sleep with all that woman's friends, until they sleep with all the women in their community, and they start destroying the woman's image, dragging her name down the mud, calling her all sorts of names, because they don't want a better man to have that woman. That's really sad. What are we doing? What are we doing to each other? We grown-ups, what are we doing? We parents, what example are we leaving behind? I personally have made so much mistakes. If I could turn the clock back, I will rectify. I wouldn't even have walked through some parts in life. And that's why I would like people who can tap into this honest message to take a note of the right way to do things. Believe me, so many of us today, so many of we parents, if we could turn the clock back, we would have had a lot changed. Opportunity once lost can never be regained. You can never turn the clock back and bring yesterday to this present time. And when it's tomorrow, you can't bring today and put it in tomorrow. So let's know what we really want to do. Let's be certain. Let's be certain. If you are not ready for a man, leave me alone. If you're not ready for the woman, leave her alone. Once you've looked at each other, once you've been together, once you've seen each other's nudity, you have to respect that. That is very, very important. That's so special. It's so sacred. And it is wrong for you to now tag that woman. Some men, when a relationship breaks down and the woman finds new love, if that doesn't work out, they'll start calling her a prostitute. If you leave a woman, isn't it because you weren't happy? Doesn't she deserve to be happy? She deserves to find love somewhere else. Two good people can break up. It doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you're not meant to be together. Why don't you go your separate ways? Some women stay in an abusive relationship and they blame it on their children. They give excuses. Oh, we're there because I want my children to know who the father is. If you die and go to the grave, these children will live their lives. And the man will live his life. Just like some men are in an abusive relationship. And they still stay there. It is wrong. When it becomes physical, believe me, it's not worth it. At the beginning, if it's just few disagreement, you could seek therapy. You go for marriage counseling. But when it comes to where you're hitting each other, when it becomes a violent relationship or marriage, it is dangerous. You hear about domestic abuse that leads to death. Be very careful. Let's respect each other. Thank you. Tinu Odunuga. To follow us on Twitter at Tinu Show. Thank you.